CBC News has learned that a major Canadian bank forced a Concordia student to close his account simply because he's from Iran. Canada has imposed tough economic sanctions against Iran, but advocates say some banks are interpreting the rules far too broadly. Jayla Bernstein reports.
He told me that we are closing your account because you're Iranian, because your passport is Iranian, the exact words.
When Arash Khodadadi wasn't able to access his CIBC account a few weeks ago, he phoned his branch manager and found out his account had been suspended.
I said, okay, and why is that? He told me that it's our policy, it's CIBC's policy.
Khodadadi says he only had $700 in the account and he'd only made transactions in Montreal.
I work legally, I do everything legally. I don't have any connections with any major things like in Iran or anywhere else, and then this happens to me, and this is really bothering and frustrating.
In a statement, CIBC says this situation is not consistent with our procedures and we are currently reviewing this matter. We are also reaching out to our client to apologize for this error. Khodadadi says he has yet to receive an apology. The Iranian Canadian Congress says Khodadadi isn't the first to complain. The group received several complaints about TD Bank shortly after the sanctions were put in place in 2011. The bank vowed to review its policies, but it seems the problem is far from resolved. Some advocates say banks are interpreting the sanctions too harshly.
So there's a gray zone that exists, and individual banks and other financial institutions, well, they're going to err on the side of caution.
He knows of at least 13 similar cases in Montreal alone, where various banks have blocked accounts with little or no warning.
So you go to sleep one night, you wake up the next morning, and you have to basically refinance everything.
Sadegh says people could challenge the bank in court, but it's an uphill battle. He says the government should clarify who its sanctions are targeting. As for Khodadadi, he's moved on to another bank, but the whole thing has left a sour taste in his mouth.
The discrimination happens everywhere, so it's not just black or Asian or Middle Eastern, is happening all the time.
Jayla Bernstein, CBC News, Montreal.